Hey, this is Fred from Peavey Electronics, and we want to talk about the AQ series of powered speaker enclosures. For nearly 60 years, Peavey Electronics has been building pro audio systems. From the early ages of the SP1 and the SP2, we've been making speakers as long as our company's been in business. One thing that makes our speakers stand apart from our competition is our components. Anybody can make a box that goes boom sizzle. It doesn't take much of a high frequency driver to do that tss, 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 and it doesn't take much to scoop the mids out and have a box that goes boom. So when you're listening to program music, it's a bit different. I'll give you this challenge. Put a microphone through it with some background music and listen to the vocals and see who sounds better. And I'll tell you why. Our diaphragms for our high-end frequency drivers, which is the size of the actual speaker, we call it a diaphragm in the high frequency part, that actually allows you to have more of the frequency range in the horn. What does that do? That makes the vocals clean, clear, and intelligible, regardless of what other music is going on in the background. That just makes a better product, especially when you're playing live. Let's take a look at the cabinet. Many of our competitors save a lot of money by reducing the amount of plastic in the cabinet. What does that do? That actually sucks the bass right out of the cabinet. If you have rigid sides with a lot of bracing, it takes all that low-end energy and it forces it out into the audience where it needs to go. If you have a cabinet where a company saved a lot of money on plastic, well, the sides will go boom like that, and they'll pop out and they'll absorb the bass energy instead of directing it to the crowd. So we spent a lot of time making sure this cabinet is as rigid as wood. But we use plastic to allow it to mold it into unique form factors. So we've got handles on both sides, we've got a handle on the top, and we can also use this in a monitor position on the floor. Most of our competitors use a symmetrical horn. Now, in and of itself, a symmetrical horn isn't necessarily bad, but when you put it up on a speaker stand, a lot of the energy is going to be bouncing off the ceiling and then back into each other, causing distortion and not clean and clear sound. What we've done with the AQ series is we use an asymmetrical horn that fires down more than it does up. This allows it to be up on a stand, but still aimed directly at the audience and the ears, right where you need the energy to go. That way the volume doesn't have to be as loud, and you get a better, cleaner, and clearer result. Now let's take a look at the features on the back. Unlike a lot of our competitors, Peavey designs the power supply and power amplifiers purpose-built for this application. These days, a lot of companies use off-the-shelf power modules that can be bought from a variety of manufacturers, and they're okay, but when you make something purpose-built for the application of a PA speaker, dividing the power correctly to the woofer and the high end, you get a much more efficient result, and that's what you get with the AQ series. When it comes to the features on the back, we use the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. So we take the advanced DSP that's inside this cabinet, and we break it down to 6 simple presets. So whatever you're using the cabinet for, you simply select that appropriate preset, and we've taken the guesswork out of it for you. Of course, we've added modern features like Bluetooth audio streaming in and the ability to pair another AQ series speaker and use Bluetooth in true stereo mode. And of course, we have a through output designed to go to your subwoofer or second AQ series speaker. When you need a reliable, portable, powered speaker enclosure, the AQ series is the answer.